Hi, Annmaria. If you want to come on in and have a seat for some symbolic support, I've got your Rorschach here, your ink blot that was made in your name and essence. And here, if you want to take a screenshot, to scry on your own time and terms. Source Annmaria, you will receive the original in the mail to frame or roll like a scroll for later reflections. So I'm going to take a moment here, closing the eyes, releasing the race and the rush, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. When you're ready to rock, let's go. I'm going to share my insights if you don't mind. Thank you for holding space for such. All right, Annmaria, there is an evergreen tree. Maybe that symbol specifically means something to you, but at certain points I can see sets of eyes that are all doing something different. So at one point in time, I feel like you're looking back at the whole, tree of life of sorts, but it is an evergreen as I'm perceiving it. It might have been a little blurry, tears. And then it moves up to more of like a seeing balance. And then it moves up to more of like a restful state to this awakening of one eye, right? So there's like a set of eyes, there's a set of eyes, and it's coming up to like this bullseye. Oh, bullseye, hilarious. Clever, clever. But when I come down to the bottom, and I wish I had another camera view, maybe one day I'll figure it out, down here, there's a woman, a very female-oriented energy that's being expressed. But I want to note it's like the lines are more masculine, but the abilities that move through the masculine are highly feminine. So there's a really nice balance there of channels, like this energy, the masculine and feminine energies can move through you to transmute accordingly. There's something so lovely, like I see like a flower girl, and whether or not you were a flower girl, or perhaps, you have your own ceremony coming up and you'll have a flower girl. I'm not sure about any of those things. How it feels is that when you go out into the world and in your life, you are this flower girl and leave little petals of softness and loving kindness, like little reminders. And I see it almost like at harsh locations, and maybe there was an accident, near your home or in your town or something like that. And even if you don't, physically go and spread the healing, there's something in your energy that extends compassion and love to that space to help ease the energy of any sort of trauma. Like even if you're just wandering out in the world, grocery shopping or whatever the case may be, you're at work, somehow your presence leaves presence. Now, that doesn't take away the very human aspect that you could feel indifferent to that. You're like, well, I actually feel very frustrated at these places, or these people drive me crazy, or, I'm not happy in this place or the other. But you do things to transmute it energetically, so you're not adding to the you are transmuting it in one way, form, or fashion. I don't know why that couldn't come out. It's very lovely, though. It's very lovely. It's a lovely feeling, like leaving a trail. Where this kind of being is at the bottom of your tree, the lines are dense and dark, but they're strong. It's not about being dark. It's just that they're deep. But the eyes and the forehead are very white. So there's it's making me feel like no matter how harsh things are, I'm looking for purity. And I feel like maybe even just like that flower girl, like where you divert your attention to energetically may do that. Add peace. There's a whole emotional world that reminds me of like a fishbowl, and this highly decorated fishbowl, different creatures, different fish, and like coral reef and such. Like it almost like represents like an escape space or a vacation space for the more of the emotional things, because what you transmute, you know, like throughout in your day-to-day or just in your own mind and heart. I'm seeing dragonflies. That symbol may mean something to you. They're transforming. It could also be like glowworms, glowworm dragonflies. I don't know, you know, for Source Annmaria, but for other Annmarias that may be receiving amongst this, the glowworm, it was a plush toy back in the day, maybe in the 80s. It was green, and like if you squeezed it, I believe like the eyes lit up. And it's changing again to a mosquito. Dragonfly, glowworm, mosquito. Okay, so how I'm seeing it is like this dragonfly like searches or just soars around. When it becomes the glowworm and like the eyes light up, and then it becomes the mosquito and it nips, what I'm seeing here on either side is rats. Now the rat isn't necessarily a bad a creature, right? Like there's always the positive and negative, trying to look at the totality. But in this case, it's like people, places, or things, or even another aspect of your mind and an aspect of your subconscious, you know, different things that you've been through. So I'm not going to initially go out to, you know, point fingers to say it's external to me. Perhaps it is. But even if it is external, it's being reflected out because it's willing to be received for a reason. Anyway, I'm not going to get stuck in that explanation or trying to verbalize that. Anyway, there are these rats, but they have climbed to almost your bullseye point, your bullseye. But they're at the top of the tree. So when I'm seeing the evergreen, it's like, yes, it's very strong, and it has this delicious, you know, bowl, this whole emotional ecosystem that just nourishes these roots. So it's very strong. But in any tree, you know, the higher up you're going, I shouldn't say any tree, I don't know that, it does become a little bit more subjective to winds and maybe some toppling. So these rats have come up to almost the top point. So there is some instability for them. And this is the brilliance of it. It is the point almost closest to the sun that they are trying to reach within you. Again, this could be another aspect of you, subconscious, etc., or a trauma, something along that lines, or maybe just something like a regret, a disappointment, blah, blah, blah. So yes, they're reaching for almost like the highest point, but in doing so, the catch is it's the least stable, right? Because now there's these other elements that have a bigger part. Okay, dragonfly, seeking, searching, but having a great time. Like this dragonfly energy, spirit animal around you just loves to be in the landscape of your aura and to be of service to you. Then the glowworm comes in and it changes form when like its eyes have lit up or its face is lit up, like we've received a threat or something we need to check out, changes into a mosquito, and it gets to the target of these rats and starts not draining them in like this vampiric kind of way, but it's almost like and it's poking them in the bum, and they're trying to kick your dragonfly, glowworm Mosquito, but it's not working. So it's something you're aware of. If it was in your subconscious, it's like the pre-con and conscious are all coming at it together. There's also a different bird up there that helps you. Oh, is that a peacock? But it's one color. It's one color. These rat things are trying to eat your rosebuds. And you know what the crazy thing is you have little, or that's how it feels anyway. I shouldn't say that. Shouldn't say it like that. So as these, you know, ratty creatures are trying to do their thing, you also have shadow spirit animals, and I say that in a good way because they work amongst this dense, strong, masculine lines, and they're trying to hand off rosebuds to these other birds that are kicking the rat, and the mosquitoes kind of coming up. So there's the peacock, the mosquito glowworm, and here's like the ratty thing, and this little thing up here is like handing off to this bird, saying, you know, don't let them eat it. Like, here, take this. Like, protect it and save it. Almost like squirrels. They might be little squirrels. But you have a lot of roses. Could even be like a celebration coming up, you know, and like, okay. All right, Annmaria, I don't want to take up too much of your time wandering my own yammerings. So I do want it, before I flip it to win it and start adding some tarot, like up here is that third eye bullseye. See how clearly purple that is, like in the crown? It's like your crown and your third eye are coming together, and there's this leaf of some sort. It's like a natural scope, You also have, so as you're letting out little love buds to the world, you have light beings. That come in and charge like what you've left. So you might actually be working in conjunction with maybe a spirit team or the angelic realm, or maybe even actual people, you know, like meat suits walking around. And whether everyone's aware or not, but it's kind of like if you do this energetically, spiritually, you know, organically from an energetic space, there's somebody else in your circle that also does something to help keep them charged, to keep the pieces, and then somebody else may do something, you know what I mean? So it's not always just left on one. I'm going to flip it to win it, and I'm going to add on some oracle cards or tarot cards while we're here. I think we're in the muse, but I could be wrong. And I'm going to keep on. Hopefully you're enjoying this. Like, share, subscribe. And I'll put the link below for those that are interested in their own. I do update it as I'm available. Okay, we're here for Annmaria, swapping perspectives. It's very busy. I don't know if you're a busy person. Sorry if my hair is crazy. I'm trying to manhandle it. You might be a busy person, like a lot of very earthly and emotional. But, I don't know. I feel like you just cover a lot of elements. I think you work with a lot of elements. There's somebody in spirit. I think it's that whole angelic realm. Are they armadillos? Armadillos, maybe? And a floating meditative person in the eyes. It's almost like if I start to gaze into that, and I'm seeing it in here right? So this is that whole angelic realm that just like covers you completely, and like it's right there so clearly. But dropping down from that angelic realm, I see these eyes. When I go into them, I see like floating persons on like a magic carpet, or you know, just like a sacred mat of some sort, and they are floating with, but their eyes, they are the pupil of the eye. And the feeling I'm really trying to share, I'm not sure if it's the way maybe you perceive, Annmaria, the world, and you try to hold this hovering of like a meditative mindset and multi-dimensional point of view. You know, insert any sort of words that feel well to you. But they float, and it feels wonderful. I'm not gonna lie. It feels wonderful. Okay. Some sort of fountain too. This whole angelic realm like has fountains for you, and like if I was looking in a fishbowl, they have, you know, maybe somebody would decor with like little archways and treasure chests, and you know, or skulls and a scuba diver. So like, okay, so this is where we're going. So we have, I know like a million cards came out, but 10 of materials and the High Priestess. See that? See all those roses there? And the whole eye thing. Knight of Voices. Okay. And your other tarot cards that have come up are the Knight of Voices, the Hermit, and the Five of Materials in the reverse. This is that whole angelic realm thing. Somebody in spirit. I don't know if it was a father figure, maybe even a brother. They're kind of like your angelic knight in shining armor. And like when we were working through from the other perspective, that evergreen feel, and there was different sets of eyes, you know, blurry sadness, restful squinting, trying to see. I feel like maybe you've come out of a hermit mode to contend with some sort of emotions or disappointment or loss in any realm, personal, professional, relationship, etc. I can't deny that the feeling of this night coming through with these blooms that are all over your ink blot and your Rorschach, but they circle you. And I want to even note, see how down here these people are in black and white, but the tree, your tree of life, is in color. This is how your ink blot felt from the beginning. If I didn't express it quite clearly, like that whole, there's a dark shadow to shine kind of feeling in the vines, but the whole expression of your ink blot is completely colorful, leaving all these flower petals. Okay, where else are we going for Annmaria here? We're going up here, and I'm going to continue. Oh, I need to flip it to go back. Thank you very much. Oh, whoever this person is in spirit, just feels very much so like a brother, or maybe just even like a male energy that was close like a brother. We're here for Annmaria, if I can see. Oh, there's that High Priestess. Right in there. And there's that whole blue cloak of like emotions and the gold of the angelic. Oh my goodness, highly, seriously, there's some sort of significant intuitive protection that's going on, or your intuition is bang on. Oh, there's that loss, that Hermit and Five of Emotions is down here. But I feel like this is what sparked or reinvigorated something in your life. Some sort of emotional healing or clear. Oh, it inspired some sort of, sorry if the lighting is odd, some sort of new direction. Oh, it feels good. Like I can breathe again. Like I can breathe. And when I'm in that space, let's see if I can do this. So the Hermit and Five, see all the coloring? And it's very much so representative down here. I apologize if that's all crazy when I do that, but what else do we have here for Annmaria? Touch the sky. Oh, somebody from Spirit is so around you. Just the whole angelic realm. There is also very, Bloom, there's, what, I don't know what they are. Gargoyles, perhaps. They are, I think you might have a set of gargoyles. That's a guardian or a spirit guide of yours, something along that lines. They work with those meditating men in the eyes. No rain today in the art of seduction. Oh, that's fascinating. So those meditating men, and I'm seeing the high frequency gargoyles here, and see how they're covering them almost like a canopy. No rain. No rain. To try and maintain this meditative mindset. There's work and maintenance mode, right? Like sometimes we get all eager to, you know, to move through the healing, to move through the hurts, or to get to our goals and enjoy the journey, all that kind of good stuff. And the maintenance mode comes in. And it's nice to have a little canopy. It's nice to have another set of energy supporting this piece of perspective. The art of seduction. I think they also protect you. These gargoyle guardians, they protect you from, I hear lurkers. Oh, those are those rat things from the other side. Rat things. All right. No, we're not going there. Thank you. I like it when I like try that. No, I want to go there. No, don't be ridiculous. All right. We're getting ready to close out here for Annmaria, and I thank you so much for being here with me and holding space. I know it can be slow and steady, but that's the beauty of it. You know, wandering, the speaking, and the silence. The value of both. So we have watchers, inspirational, joyful music, and resonating. You know, feel free to take a snapshot as well. Oh, see, just that water. Remember when we were talking about the fishbowl? It's coming right up with that High Priestess. I feel like you might be a healer of some sort. Like when you touch something. What is that? What is that? Psychometry? Psychometry? Like touch something and you may be able to pick up on it. And it's kind of bringing me back to that whole people, places, and things. you can feel that there's like very charged or maybe possibly traumatic, but I don't always want it to be negative. And you can just feel, it's like I can see you placing your hand on someone or in a space of the earth and exchanging those flower petals. You are lovely. You have lovely energy. But this isn't to say, and I'll be very honest with you, this isn't to say that it's been like some, or at least how it feels. It hasn't been like, my life hasn't been as easy as it looks. If it, you know, I don't know, I feel like you just make it look easy, and sometimes your, you know, backstory or things that are on your mind and heart, your history isn't always blatantly seen. All right, what else do we have here? Watchers, see? I just kind of go where my attention flows. See all that light up there? You've got the night. The whole angelic realm is up there with you. And they are working. See, up here, like this whole angelic realm, this, you know, fishbowl of resonating, and it's all coming down to a point. I don't know if at some point in time, if I'm tuning into a particular part of your branch or a plateau in the growth of your tree of life, of only this life, of the here and now. It felt like you were, you know, when they say like as above, so below, it almost felt like so below and trying to be above, trying to raise above the fray, to get ahead, to see things. So there was this so below as above. And it's like something has turned with your resonating and intuition, releasing these seductive ways, people or mindsets with those gargoyle guys and your knight in spirit that are working with you to continue doing your blessed work of leaving love and light wherever you go, because it brings joy, right? It changes the frequency. And whatever turmoil you have been through before, it shifted to this new direction. And now it's as above, so below. Maybe just open up to receive as well. I don't know. But you're definitely being watched. Like, look at that. Eagle medicine coming right out. As above, so below. It's bringing me into now like this whole, it's a whole new world. I have no idea, and that's horrible that I even sing. Okay, it was coming through with the meditative man as well, with the canopy, gargoyle canopy covering them from no rain. It's a very Aladdin feeling. And it's coming back in again with this great mystery. And then the song came through, and I had to think for a second, what is that from? I don't even know. All right, closing out here officially, starting to close out for Annmaria. I am so grateful you have been here again. It's such an honor, and I thoroughly appreciate it. Sacred Mountain is coming through. Spirit of Water and Freedom Horse. Bestill my heart, Annmaria. Bestill my heart. I am just, if you want to take a snapshot, we have been in the water this so much emotionally, energetically even. Something about the frequency of your water is being raised as well. It's moving through, right, from that whole as above. It's funny now because now it's earth, and see like all the mazy stuff there. Your emotions are moving through, being filtered through very sacred, and it comes right back to the ink blot. I'm going to do this because I don't have enough arms. I can see all of this That whole fountain feeling, the whole fountain feeling. Your water moves through these very earthly channels, the water of life. I feel like you might water other people's roses. I'm hearing, we're painting the roses red, we're painting the roses red. Got really, really, really cold as well, even though it is chilly here, but it just kind of wafted over me. I think you're freeing frequencies, your own frequency of this struggle from so below to as above. You're now the eagle, as above, so below. I feel like I could repeat everything 10,000 more times, but I am truly going to leave it there. And I hope this message serves you well and inspires your own insights. Feel free to comment below or, keep them to yourself for your own meditative moments. But Annmaria, thank you so much. And until next time, thank you.